Hello and welcome to another spectacular cast from your third or second favorite caster, or first if you have very low standards. It's me, Fish, or Superfluoufish. Whatever you like to call me, Fish is so much easier to say anyway, so just go with that. And both good luck, have funs are throwing at each other in a good, happy-hearted kind of way. I think we're looking at a Masters versus Diamond level play here today. So we're going to look at a pretty good game. I'm just going to throw it out right now. So without further ado, with the bottom left corner, our red Protoss player from Team Ozzie. It's Rift. So, in the bottom right corner, from Team Lost in Translation, from the Chobo Team League, I think. Sorry if I'm wrong, but it's Paradox. I think I casted your game a little bit earlier. I think it was a 2v2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a 2v2. That was a really long macro game. You went all Banshee. Yeah, you went that whole air Terran thing with battle cruisers and everything. That was pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, it's Lost in Translation. Yay! I love that logo. Anywho, looks like Rift is just kind of poking around, see what he can do here. While Paradox is just gonna probably wall off here. Reaper on the way, pretty standard stuff. Gonna make a command center on the top here, probably just to protect himself, just in case. Forward pylon, either to make a proxy Stargate or just a forward pylon. Looks like 700 cores on the way. We'll see in just a second. But it looks like it's going to be a proxy gateway. So we could be seeing a cheese here, robotics facility, and a gateway. So this is some interesting play here. So I don't think I've ever seen this here. This is like a common thing in the upper levels. I'm not an upper level player, so this is going to be good. Okay, this is going to be something new for me. I'm excited. Okay. So this could be a, let's see, what's coming over there? Mortal? Stalker? Could be a lot of things. Anyway, Reaper has jumped in trying to see if he can do a little bit of damage. Does not get a single kill here. Gets repulsed by a Stalker. So you did see a little bit there. Not especially a lot. He did see that he was building another gateway. His little city here was a little bit weird. Kind of puts himself at his Zelnaga tower to see if anything's coming. The Stalker is coming along the way. He sees that. And he's going to try to run. He tries to run back to his opponent's base. Stalker's going to be coming back to see if he can defend that Reaper. And Immortal's coming out along with a Stalker. So the warp gate is not completely done. It's halfway done. Another gateway. So this could be an all-in here. It doesn't look like he's going to make a second base at all. So it's going to be a 1 base versus a 2 base. 2 base is finally settled down. Only 3 SCVs are working right now. So not a lot of economy is getting pumped from Paradox at the moment. A bit more than Rift. But he does have that bunker. But an Immortal's going to crush that bunker like it's nothing. And not a lot. I guess it's enough to actually repair. But will he repair it in time? He's starting to attack. A Rift is going for it. The Marines escape. That bunker does fall. There's not going to be anything really affecting. He needs to lift. He does lift it. He's going to run away for his life. He needs to hide behind his wall. He's going to build another bunker on the top shelf here. He's going to go in. He's going to do a little bit of damage to Orbital Command, but he has nothing to see from up here, so he can't do anything to the Immortal at the moment. Another Stalker comes out, and it looks like another Immortal has just been started. So right now, he doesn't have a lot. I mean, the Observer is out, so he's going to have that vision finally. I don't know, this is kind of even here. I mean, the Stalkers can do some damage, but this is a lot of DPS right here. He's going to take out what he can. Supply depot is going to go down, which is going to supply block him. 46 supply to 38. I mean, they're even 46 supply, but he's got 30 supply now. So 2 supply depots go down. This is going to severely hinder his macro right here. So no units are going to pop out at all. So Rift has a good advantage here. He has all this production over here. He's warping in a bunch of units. Finally warps in a Nexus. So this isn't complete all-in anymore. Reaper explodes. And looks like he's going to move in. He's got a couple of sentries here, and he's going to take out this reactor, so it's going to severely hinder it as well. So Paradox is in a really tough spot right here. Since that observer is there, the Widow Mine is going to be taken down. He has 2 bunkers, but if he skirts over and goes over to the left right here, all it's going to be is Marines and a couple of Marauders without that bunker. So looks like Rift is being a little bit too conservative. I think he can do some damage here if he moves on to the left. Does a bit more damage to whatever he can shoot at here. I mean, he can jump out with some unit. Here he comes. You're going to lose a Stalker. He's going to take some unnecessary damage. He's going to stim in. He's got that 1 medevac. Tries to force field him out, but it's actually a pretty good decision. He's going to move in, take out this starport, hopefully maybe another Order of Command, maybe move in down here, do a little bit more damage. But instead he's going to move back to the ramp. I think he doesn't want to overcommit and lose all of his units here, which is leave him wide open to a counterattack. Well, he does take out that bunker finally, but he does lose a sentry and a stalker. He doesn't want to lose all of his units here. He doesn't actually warp in a lot of units at all. I mean, he's going to lose this mortal. He does have that concussive shell, so he's going to slow down everything. He's going to target the Immortal. Immortal does go down. Both Immortals are gone, so he's stuck down to 7 Stalkers. So this attack has successfully been repulsed. I think Rift was far too conservative here. He should have done a little bit more damage. He should have went more into it. He didn't. He had a bunch of minerals. I think he had 900 minerals at his peak there. He didn't warp in a bunch of zealots to actually buff any damage. He didn't warp any stalkers or anything like that. He just kind of macroed up a little bit. He's got his second base up and everything, but he didn't really go in for it. He could have done a lot more damage, but instead he's going to lose a lot of production here. Terran Bio is going to move in and destroy just about everything now. So, yep. He's going to lose a lot of production. So he's got to remake everything. He's got 3 more on the way for gateways. Make us some more stalkers. He's going to go into blink stalkers now. But since he is going into bio, I think the Zealot charge a lot. A charge a lot will be a good transition to get into. But I think he's just going to go straight for a blink stalker, which would be good. Would have been a lot better earlier on, just to blink up in here with his observer, but unfortunately he did it far too late. He focused more on macro than he did anything else, and now he lost a lot of production, and now it's 83 supply down to 62 supply, and Rift is actually, I think, a little behind when it comes to army. It's a little scary. I mean, he's got a bunch of these, he's loading on stalkers here. Actually, I think it's evened out now. 74 supply to 88 supply. I mean, Paradox has a larger army right now, but he's stuck by the rocks. But I mean, this is a lot of stalkers here. I mean, they do a lot of damage. Don't get me wrong. I mean, 10 damage to each one. I mean, they can blink away if he needs to. Fortunately, he's not microing as well as he could. He loses a couple of unnecessary stalkers here, but that is still a scary army here. I mean, he needs a lot more marauders than this. And now he sees this huge stalker army. He's going to run away as fast as he can, but unfortunately he can't blink forward and do a lot of damage to this bio army. He needs to stim away as fast as he can. But instead, I think he knows that he can't run away, so he's going to try and do as much damage as possible. He does. I think he took out 1 stalker, maybe not at all. But he loses his entire bio force right here, which actually brings him down to 80 supply. What does he have as backup? He does have a few Widow Mines. It's really not looking for Paradox. There's a lot of stalkers here. Neither player is upgraded or is working on their upgrade right now. Paradox is getting his 3rd command center. Building at the moment right here. Decent blink micro here. Kills his own stalker because fuck that stalker. Rift is trying to do as much damage as he can. Paradox brings down the boys, trying to take some of that damage so those marauders can do some damage of their own. But what was really done? 7 workers killed on Paradox's side. Not too bad, but I mean, he's got those mules, so he shouldn't be worried. I mean, the 3rd is up. So far, what is Rift doing? I think he was more worried about his micro than his macro. He's slipping a little bit. So he's just going to work on his macro here. He's getting a robotics facility, 2 more forges to work on his upgrade, so it looks like he's going to be a bit more conservative now. Just warps in his 3rd, he's going to work on that. So they're kind of even now on economic power here. I mean, he really doesn't have anything going for Paradox. I mean, when it comes to economic in his 3rd base. He's got 1 mule, he finally moving some SCVs over. I'd say it's kind of even. As soon as this next is done, it's going to be pretty even. So armies are actually pretty even as well, 94 to 99. Ozzie is basically focusing on Stalker army right here, but he needs to be careful because Paradox has a bunch of Marauders, and once you have a good number of Marauders, those Stalkers will fall apart very quickly. And as soon as that upgrade is done, Storm is on the way, so that should help. Rift. So what is the plan now? So it looks like Paradox is going to go straight bio. He's going to get a bunch of these medevacs, get a bunch of Marauders, Marines. Actually, he should probably focus more on Marauders than Marines, since he's not really teching up at all. He's got 1 Immortal, maybe he's got a 2nd Immortal on the way. He's going to get a couple Storms here. I don't know if he's going to put in Archon after he spends those. But he really needs to get something done here. Look, he's going to stay very conservative until he gets his Death Ball going. So Paradox is going to be a bit more aggressive here. He's got more of a mobile army now. But Rip knows it's coming. And he doesn't get the Widowmine. That would have been a pretty good pick off there, but no, he gets away just in time. Gonna kill all these rocks. Paradox gonna do his own thing here. And we're gonna look at the big battle here. 130 supply to 126 supply. Widowmines. See if he gets a sweet shot. Oh, probably not the best. Paradox trying to squeeze in between those, but not the best idea. Storms the Widowmines. Does it kill him? No, does not. Puts him down really low health, but I mean, you still get a couple shots off from him. Let's see, what are you going to do now? What are you going to do, Rift? What are you going to do? You can't move down. Don't move down. He's going to see if he can try and blink away from it. Does blink away, so he's going to waste a few of them. But Paradox is having none of that. He's not going to play those games. I think a drop is coming from the bottom here. Nothing to protect at all except for these 2 Stalkers. He's going to drop down into his main and do a shit ton of damage. While he's doing that, maybe he's going to pull some of his army away so he can do damage on the top 3rd, which would be fantastic for him. He's got a few Widowmines. Actually, if he moves them over here, he can destroy a bunch of Brogues. He's warping in a bunch of Stalkers, but they're not warping in fast enough. And here they come. They finally come down. +1 attack for him, but that 1/1 pulls down half his army, but not his entire army. A good move by Rift to actually repel is not really taking any damage at all. These Widowmines are still down here, so I mean they can't move whenever they want to move. But is he gonna get shot off? Is he gonna get a lucky shot? He is not gonna get a lucky shot off. So he does clean up those 3 Widowmines. Well, as he does that, Paradox moves into a 2nd, takes down Robo Bay, which is a pretty good shot. Takes out those Immortals before they come out anyway. But instead, he tries to pick up as much as he can. Ooh, that was a quick thinking by Rift. Brings down his army from a 3rd and try to sandwich him, but he gets away just in time. Paradox still comes out with most of his army, but Rift's army is pretty scary. I mean, that's a lot of damage. A big damage dealing army, but the another army drops down to his main. He's going to take down pretty much everything in his army, so it's going to be a possible all-in for Rift. He is oversupplied now. So he's going to go all in and see how much damage he can do. But Marauders are still down here. A bunch of these. What am I to see if he can do a lot of damage with that? I don't think he's used a Storm at all. But pretty decent force fields trapping a few of these Marauders. They can't get out now. Trying to get rid of these Widowmines as well. Takes out all of them except for a couple that was behind her. Does another Storm. Pretty good shot. But he has to be careful here because now it's going to be a complete base trade, and I think Paradox is going to win that because he can float his buildings now. He has no like anti-air. I mean, he can float a building over here and pretty much win. He has running his probes away. He's got 23,000 minerals, so he just build buildings all day long. So I mean, I don't know how it's going to go. So he's going to take out his 3rd, is completely gone. All he's got is his 2nd base now. His production is going to be falling apart really quickly. If he takes out these pylons, these gateway warp gates are completely useless. He only has 2 left, but he's oversupplied, so he can't even warp in any units. He's building a couple nexuses now, and unfortunately for him, Paradox is trying to land right where he's building a nexus, so he's gonna find out it's over there. But it's a complete base trade now, but all the rocks are over here. He's gonna float away all the way to the left side of the building, left side of the map. So I'm not exactly sure who's gonna win this. Oh, it's a worker battle. Worker battle. Probes are gonna win that. No, I don't know. I don't know. You could win this. You could win this, Paradox. Come on. This is the most important battle of the game right here. Pew. It's not even a pew. It's like a zzz. It's like a double zzz. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I still think Rift has the stronger army. Those are two immortals can rip through just about anything. And he's got a bunch of stalkers, so I mean these are some pretty strong units here. Now observers can help find out where all these units are. But he hasn't destroyed everything. I mean, he's been kind of moving around trying to see if there's army trying to come from behind to attack him. But does he even know there's a third there?
Base.
He has no idea there's a third there. Not at all. He really needs to move up there and destroy this because he's doing a lot of mining here. 2,200 minerals right now in the bank, so he can rebuild a lot here. 830 minerals for our Protoss player here, so he's rebuilt everything right here. The scan does go down, so he knows it's there, so he's going to come back with a drop, but unfortunately not a lot in this drop. So they're just moving all over the place, just trying to survive. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here. A couple storms do go down. Nice storms. Takes out a few Marines. Not too good of a storm. He does waste two storms in the same spot. They do not stack, unfortunately, so one of them was wasted. Not a bad storm, though. But it looks like nothing to really stop except for one stalker just trying to poke away. But it looks like the top base is gone. The Protoss main army is trying to take out his third finally. And I think this orbital command is going to go down. DPS is too much for that. And the base trade continues. Oh my god. I mean, if he takes out the supply right here, Rift could have a better chance. He's oversupplied at the moment. He's on one base against one base? I mean, he doesn't know what's anything around the map.
Base. Additional supply depots required. Upgrade complete.
So we got 58 supply, we got a bunch of stalkers, and one immortal. Two immortals. Where are immortals? Oh, up top. Okay, 17 stalkers into sentry against 17 marines and 7 marauders, 11 medevacs. So, I mean, that's a lot of healing there. And a Liberator is going to come out. I mean, I don't know if Liberator is like the best unit right here. I mean, the Stalkers can blink right into it and destroy it. I mean, I don't know about Liberator right there. Maybe more medevacs would be a better idea. But I could be wrong. You know, I'm no pro Grandmaster Elite player. Oh, cold coffee is disgusting. Blech. Alright, I think Paradox wants to do a little bit more damage to the army now. I mean, he knows where he is. He's got that. He basically thinks this is his last base. This is all that Rift has. But, fortunately for Rift, he did make a base on the top right corner again, which Paradox has no idea is there. But unfortunately for Rift, Paradox has two bases now. So, Paradox has more of an ability to come back and do this game than Rift does. Rift has some expensive units, but stronger units, which is the Protoss way. But I mean, so many Marauders, and they're 2-2 right now against a 1-1. They can just rip through this army like nothing right now, especially so much healing power. Basically, one medevac per unit right now. And those concussive shells really stop this army from retreating quickly enough. When he's trying to come back, he can't run away anymore. He has to jump into this army now. There's no kiting. He's trying to blink back to avoid it, but it's too late. He's got 5 stalkers against this whole army. It's 28 supply against 78 supply. He's trying to warp in some units, but he only has 300 minerals. I think this is a game. It's GG. Paradox wins the game. Holy shit. Woo. Good game, man. Good game, Rift. Good game, Paradox. That was a close-ass game, man. Wow. I'm almost speechless. That was pretty close. It really could have gone either way for a bit there. But the mobile army of Paradox and those Marauders, I think the upgrades really helped them out. I think earlier in the game, too, that Rift kind of fell apart when it came to macro and micro. So he kind of focused on more than one and than the other, especially in the early game. I think he could have whooped in a whole lot more units. But that's where it came to. This crazy-ass game came down to a weird base trade. But that was pretty awesome. Please subscribe to my channel. Say you love me. Support me. This guy is Australian. Give me some more replays. I think this was Chris's game. This gave it to me from my email, superfluousfish@gmail.com. I'll try to put that in the description if I remember. I probably won't. I mean, if you make it to the end like this, I'm tired. Holy shit. GG. I love you guys. Have a great life.